This might be a hard pill to swallow, but think about this for a second. Have you ever done the same thing to someone else? Have you ever had somebody maybe come to you and look for support and tell you that they're having a really, really hard time and maybe displaying some symptoms, and you maybe thought that they were being dramatic or they were being annoying or you didn't have time for it? I feel like a lot of us can probably say yes if we really think about it. I know I can. And you might defend yourself by saying, well, that's not fair. Like, I didn't know what they were going through. That's the point. The people in our lives who are hurting us in this way, some of them might be abusive, and maybe you need to completely, distance yourselves from those people. But a lot of people who make comments like that, at least in my experience, they're not trying to hurt me. They're just completely ignorant to what I'm going through. They have no idea because they've never walked in my shoes before. So hopefully that can help give us a little bit more grace for these people. So I want to talk about what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is choosing to not let what somebody did or what somebody said affect the way that you think or the way that you treat them. It's when we make the decision to not use the offense against the offender. Whether they did something terrible to you, which we'll talk about in a minute, or and you had to remove them from your life, which that is definitely necessary sometimes. Or maybe they didn't give you the support that you really, really needed from them, or they said something really mean to you that one time. There's all kinds of different things that could happen, obviously. But to me, especially as a Christian, forgiveness is the ultimate act of unconditional love towards the offender. And it's unconditional love for yourself, because when you choose to forgive somebody, you free yourself up. You free your mind up, you free your spirit up, you free your soul, your body. You free so much of yourself up when you choose to move on from that. But you will think about it. It will come back and tempt you. You will want to go back and think and use it against them. That is unavoidable. To me, forgiveness is a one-time choice, but it is a lifetime commitment where we wake up every day and we stick to that, no matter if we get tempted to want to go back there. And, we're not going to do it perfectly, but this is just the idea of what we want to strive for. Why should we forgive these people? Like I said, we talk about detoxing our bodies all day long, and we know that the mind and the body are connected. We know that trauma it's really important to heal trauma when we're healing these types of diseases, because trauma can have such big T trauma and little t trauma can have such huge impacts on our body, on our body's ability to perform the way that it needs to. And so I think that focusing on trauma, and for me specifically right now, focusing on forgiveness, is just a really, really healthy thing to do. It's a hard thing to do, but it's a healthy thing to do. I think an important question to ask is, how is holding on to unforgiveness serving us? What is it doing for us? How is having anger and bitterness towards what somebody said doing anything good for us? It's not. It's not doing anything good. It's only poisoning us. It's not adding any value to our lives. It's not helping us get to our goal any faster. It's only holding us back. So I understand that there are situations when people are horribly abusive and you have to remove them. And I totally get that. That is something that is necessary to do if there's a toxic person and they're abusing you. Even in those situations, in my opinion, though, I believe forgiveness is possible, even if you never talk to the person again, because in that situation, the forgiveness is this wonderfully freeing thing for you, very powerful thing to finally let go of that and to not let it dominate you, and to move on from that and to walk away from it victorious and even stronger. But perhaps it's somebody that you don't need to cut out. Perhaps it's they're just being insensitive, or they're just being ignorant, or they're giving you the cold shoulder, or they're just not there for you in the way that you're like, oh, I wish they were here for me in this way. I need this support. What's the solution? For me, the solution was to stop expecting unrealistic things from these people, to finally just make peace with the fact that I am not going to get what I want from them. I'm only going to expect what I can get from them, and I'm going to enjoy that part of our relationship. I'm not going to talk to them about it anymore. I'm not going to bring it up with them. When I start to think about it and how it makes me angry that they weren't there, they said that one thing, I'm going to shift my thoughts. I'm going to prepare myself when I see them. If I'm having bad feelings towards them, I'm going to decide in my mind how I'm going to treat them when I see them and prepare myself for those situations. And don't get me wrong, like, it's good to feel our feelings. It's not good to suppress stuff all the time. It's good to feel things and to have people to vent to and to work through those feelings. I think that actually can help us to lead more positive lives if we let ourselves have those moments of realism every once in a while, for sure. But for the most part, when I get triggered and I'm tempted to just like get into that really negative space again, I try to shift my thinking, shift my thoughts. And I like to keep a list of the people that I know I can talk to, whether that be my husband or, a couple of friends, or all the support groups that have tens of thousands of people in them who are all going through the same thing, or who have family members who have gone through the same thing, and just stick to those people. Only expect that from them. And it's felt really good to free my mind up. I actually feel like it's improved those relationships that I have with those people so much more, because I'm not constantly thinking about how mad I am for them saying that one thing that one time. And when I take away that expectation, it takes away that disappointment. And so it is something to commit to every single day. But I think the more I've done it, the more free I feel and the better I feel. Better it is for my relationships, better it is for my husband, because I'm not complaining to him all the time about, this person and blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, we just can't get everything that we want out of every relationship that we have. And I really needed to kind of mourn that, be, angry for a little while, accept it, make peace with it, and then move on and only expect what I could expect from them. So to sum up, making this decision has been a journey, and it has been very eye-opening and very freeing, and has given me a lot of joy. And it's nice to be in a place where it's like, I don't need their approval. I don't need their validation. I know what I'm going through. God knows what I'm going through, and that's enough. That's enough for me. I don't need anything more than that. But it is a daily struggle, and it is a commitment every day. Then again, so is everything else that we're going through. In Downton Abbey, the grandma says something that has always stuck with me. She says, life is just a series of problems that go from one to the next. And that sounds like really dreary and depressing, but it actually makes me feel better, because it's just good to accept that that's just the way life is. And instead of trying to fight it and get to a place where we don't have any problems, just, roll with it. Just roll with it and be ready and be like, okay, what's next? Because I can take it. I'm strong. I am able. And also forgive yourself if you don't do it perfectly, because we are not perfect. We're just trying our best. Have grace, have forgiveness. Go easy on yourself. And lastly, be confident. If people ask you about what you're going through, be concise, be confident, and trust your gut, trust your intuition, let that guide you. No one knows your body better than you. So have faith in yourself. I hope that was encouraging and gave you some sense of hope in the midst of the struggle of invisible illness, and gave you a light in the darkness. Remember, you are not alone. You are in good company. And if you want to keep following and hearing from me, feel free to subscribe. I'm going to be posting videos every single week, and I also am really active on Instagram at A Winkle in Time, and then I have a blog called awinkleinTime.com where I post regularly as well. So I hope to see you guys here for the next video.